lovely friend, I'm Alice. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a hot minute since I last uploaded anything. I think the last video I shared was like 6 months ago, and so I'm very happy to just talk to you guys again and to just chat. But 2019 was just not the best year for me mentally. I had quite some rough months in the beginning of the year, and it really took some time for me to get back up, find myself again, but I think I talked about that already. Towards the end of the year though, things start looking a lot better. I really concentrate on myself. I fully immerse myself in my studies, and I got a part-time job that I absolutely love. So I currently work at a small stationery shop in Vienna. It's called Subois, and I feel so blessed working there. Just being able to work somewhere where I can say not a single minute feels like I'm working, and to be surrounded by things I love and that I'm passionate about is such a blessing, and I'm so thankful for that. Because honestly, I've had my fair share of terrible work experiences where everything about my job was unpleasant and I just dreaded getting out of bed, and for me to actually look forward to my work days now is such a blessing. So I'm very happy currently. I'd say I had a pretty good start into 2020. Yeah, 2019 was a roller coaster ride. It was not a pleasant year, but I think I grew a lot. I learned a lot about myself and about others too. So all in all, I'd say good experience, but would not do it again. So I hope you all had a good start into 2020 as well. I know the last few months were quite turbulent, and the current situation is definitely not the best as well. But I still hope you all are healthy and are staying safe. I'm still recovering from a cold, as you might hear from my voice. I've been fighting this cold for the last 2 weeks. I mean, the cold obviously won, because my voice is still like that, but at least I'm like not dizzy anymore and stuff. It's just my voice is still so coarse, and just, yeah, I don't think it's gonna get better anytime soon. But anyways, I just wanted to do this voiceover. I've had these 2 spreads filmed for so long, and they're so old, but I remember I was so happy with them because I had a pretty good night of sleep. I had a really nice dream and everything. I woke up, was in a really good mood. I had good breakfast, the sun was lovely, and I just put on some of my favorite music from Sam Kim, and then sat down to make these 2 spreads. And I had a really good time, and they turned out so nice, and I was really proud of them. So I feel pretty happy that I actually filmed them and that I can share them, because often enough when I have a really nice spread, I did not film it, and then it kind of irks me where I'm like, oh man, I should have filmed that. But anyway, so I'm very happy to be sharing them today. And so yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy them too. But for today, actually for the voiceover, what I wanted to share was a text post that I saw on Tumblr, and I'm just gonna read it to you. So it says, sometimes when you practice a skill that you're trying to improve, you might feel like you're actually getting worse over time instead of better. A common reason why this happens is that you've advanced from the first stage of learning, unconscious incompetence, to the second stage, conscious incompetence. This means that you might start feeling like you're suddenly making a lot of mistakes. In reality, however, you were likely already making those same mistakes beforehand. The difference is that you're now good enough to actually realize when you're making those mistakes, whereas earlier you simply didn't have the necessary proficiency which is required in order to be able to notice it. And I saw that on Tumblr, and I actually shared it on Instagram, so on the story. But I wanted to share it here as well, because I don't think most of you follow me on Instagram anyway, so I wanted to share that because it was just exactly what I was trying to say. Like, often when people DM me and they ask me, hey, how do you find your style, or how can one find their own style, or I'm really unhappy with what I do, and then I try to give advice, and most of the time it was often find inspiration, find someone whose style you like, try to figure out which elements it is that really inspire you, or what kind of things they use that you are so attracted to. But in the end, of course, it actually all came down to like just experiment, right? Just do it a lot. You have to just do it and get creating. But I didn't really know why I said that. I just knew that that's what I did, but I couldn't really explain why or the reasoning behind it. And that text post just explains it so well, that you're going from the stage of unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence. And I wouldn't call it mistakes while you're journaling, because there's really no way of proper journaling. But when you start doing something, so do you remember when you first tried something out and you were so proud of it, right? Like, I remember the first journaling page that I did, I was so proud, and I couldn't wait to show it off, and I wanted to just share it everywhere, and I wanted everyone to see it, and I was so proud of it. It was this childlike pride in my creation. But then the more I created and the more the more I journaled, the more critical I became of myself, and the harsher I was on myself. I kept feeling like, no, this is off, and this is not right, and this looks whack, and everything just felt off. And I couldn't understand where that enthusiasm that I had in the beginning, where it went, and why I was suddenly so critical of myself. But that text post just explains it so well, that the more you create and the more you do something, I think you train your eye to see what you actually like. So the more I started to work with layering, and the more I started to draw, I kind of got an eye for what pleases my aesthetic and what I find pleasing and attractive. And that's what it was. But now suddenly that I kind of have this tiny feeling of, hey, that doesn't feel quite right. But it's just because I experimented often enough for me now to be able to see it. I was probably making all these kind of whack-ass things anyways, but now at this point I can finally see what it is that I don't like, right? And the more you create, at some point you start to... this is really hard to explain, I feel like. I'm just running around in circles. But in the beginning, you had no idea, so everything looked great to you. Then you suddenly realize, hey, this somewhat looks really whack, but you can't explain why. And then when you just continue and you push through this phase, and you don't let yourself be discouraged by yourself, and you continue creating, you come to a stage where you finally know, oh, I really like this, and this is why, I don't know, for example, the layering. That's why this is so appealing to me. And the more you create, the more you can consciously notice, okay, these are things that pleases my eye, and these are things that I just don't like in my journal. And you can really start consciously incorporating things that you want to have. But for that to actually get there, you just have to make mistakes, and those are okay. It's not even real mistakes, because in the end, no matter how far you go into your style, you're gonna keep changing, because your views keep changing the more that you journal. And that's a good thing, I feel, just to not be stuck somewhere, and nothing's really constant, right? Like, just to continuously try things out and have fun and experiment, and not be too set on this like goal of, oh, it has to be perfect, that perfect style. There's no perfect style. You're gonna continuously change your taste and what you like and what this pleases you. And so just have fun and let go and experiment, enjoy yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Like, seriously, everyone's going to be critical of you. There are definitely going to be people who will tell you that whatever you do sucks and it's terrible or whatever. There are going to be people who are going to hate on you no matter how hard you try. So I feel like at least you yourself shouldn't be someone to add to that, right? If everyone's going to be cruel to you, at least you yourself can be kind to yourself. And so it was really important to me that I shared this text post, because it really kind of helped me express what I wanted to say. And I hope it helped you guys too. And since we're almost at the end of the video, I'm just gonna use these last few seconds to tell you all that I really miss talking to you all. And I really hope you all stay safe. Just please make good decisions, be responsible, and also Take care for others in your environment that are maybe weaker or have at least a weaker immune system than you do. And just stay healthy and stay creative and don't let yourself be discouraged. Just continue creating if you feel like it. And until the next time that I can see you guys, I hope you stay well. I hope you stay creative. And I love you all very, very, very much. See you. Bye.